Hi there, and welcome to the Vibes and Victory podcast. I am so glad that you have found your way here to be with me for a few moments today. I'm starting these podcast episodes as a way to connect more deeply with our growing community. I'm very excited and to just be able to share more about my own personal journey with finding my way through life. So, if that's of interest to you, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you around. So, for our first podcast episode, I'd like to share with you some affirmations to help you deal with life when it feels super overwhelming. So, how did I decide on this topic? So, right now, my life personally just feels so loud and overwhelming right now. I mean, there are so many things going on. For example, I am currently battling how to balance meeting expectations at work and from my family and from my friends, and honestly, even from those little voices in my head that are telling me that I should be doing something more or something different. And I swear, even though I I have so many tools in my tool bag to help me feel better, but I just feel like these things are going on in my head all of the time. So, over the past couple of months with work, my deadlines have fluctuated so wildly that I just cannot keep up sometimes. I am struggling to keep up with my friends in my friend group. I try to be the person who keeps like a little mental note about how everyone is doing just to make sure that I'm checking in with them. I have been struggling with that definitely. I've also been struggling with some energy dips, and I think that's because I have been feeling pretty overwhelmed. And of course, there's always something else going on, right? I'm also having to help out a family member deal with a pretty serious issue that they have going on. So I kind of feel like I'm being attacked on all fronts. Are you feeling that way as well? And you know what? I honestly won't even get into the geopolitical environment. I won't get into any of those things going on. That's just another layer of what I feel like is making me feel overwhelmed. So I am just sharing the personal things going on with me right now. So if you are feeling this way as well or have some similar things going on, then I have some affirmations that I feel like will help you, and I'll share those with you in just a little bit. Honestly, I feel like also the word overwhelmed does not seem like a big enough word to describe how I am feeling right now. So, yeah, if you're like me and you're in a similar mind space, heart space, mental space, whatever, and you feel like your nervous system is just kind of buzzing, where you're just a little bit restless, your mind won't slow down, it is just time for us to take a few moments together and breathe. Let's breathe together in this first episode of the podcast. So, with the affirmations that I'm going to share with you in a moment, I just invite you to let them kind of sink in, feel like grounding reminders that despite things being hard right now and feeling overwhelming, I want you to remember that you are still whole, you are still powerful, you are still deserving of peace, even in the midst of whatever chaotic, overwhelming things you're dealing with right now. So, with all that being said, let's get into these affirmations. So, with me, first, take a deep breath wherever you are. Take a deep breath. Place a hand over your heart and just keep slowly breathing as you're listening to me. And I want you to set the intention that the words that you're going to repeat after me will begin to feel like medicine for your soul, for your worried mind. So let's go through the affirmations. Keep breathing. Let's go through affirmation 1. Repeat after me. I am allowed to pause. Rest is productive. I'm going to say that again and repeat after me again. I am allowed to pause. Rest is productive. Let's go to affirmation 2. I release what is not mine to carry. One more time. I release what is not mine to carry. Okay, it's time for affirmation number 3. Make sure that you're still breathing very deeply and starting to take some moments to calm down. Affirmation number 3. Even in chaos, I can find one moment of calm. Even in chaos, I can find one moment of calm. You're doing great. Let's go on to affirmation number 4. My worth is not defined by my productivity. This one you might want to say loudly and also shout, but let's say it however you like. One more time. My worth is not defined by my productivity. And the last one, I trust myself to get through this with grace. I trust myself to get through this with grace. Very good, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that bit of time with me, for repeating after me, for hopefully taking some time for yourself. Absolutely great. So glad that you were able to do that. And if you would like to read these affirmations, I will leave the link to my blog post that goes with this podcast episode. Go ahead and check those out. And you can also subscribe to my newsletter, and I'll be sharing more there as well. So before we go, I just want to send you a little bit of love and give you some reminders. Overwhelmed or feeling overwhelmed it doesn't mean that you are failing. It means that you are feeling emotions. It probably also means that you are taking a lot of time to do things that matter to you. Because if you were not worried or thinking about things that matter to you, you probably would not be stressed out. You probably would not be feeling overwhelmed. So you're just having a really human experience, and you're probably also having an experience related to things that you care about. So even though it might feel like, oh my gosh, I should be doing more or feeling differently about this, I just want to gently remind you that you're having a human experience and that you are caring about things. And sometimes feeling overwhelmed is what happens when we care about things. So I hope that these affirmations can become like anchors in your day. You can always come back and listen to this again. And before I let you go, I just want to remind you that you are allowed to rest and breathe and be strong all at the same time. So, if you'd like a guided meditation to go with these affirmations or like a sound bath, I also post sound baths. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and check out my blog. I'll leave all of those show notes and links and such in the description. Take what you need from today's message and leave the rest. Although I feel like if you have made it this far, you probably are vibing with probably a lot of what I said, right? So I just want to remind you that you are doing beautifully. Keep showing up for yourself. And until next time, I hope that your peace is protected, your heart is full, and your spirit is grounded. Thank you again. I'll see you soon, and namaste.